welcome to the Women in Touch show with your host Elizabeth Nakiru. Thank you for joining the show, and it's always a joy to have you tune in and learn one thing or two from the Women in Touch. We have a very special woman in touch. She'll be introducing herself and telling us all about herself. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thanks.
Good morning and thank you for hosting me. My name is Mirembe Christine, Assistant Commissioner Client Services, Domestic Taxes, Uganda Revenue Authority, and I've worked with URA for over 10 years now.
Yes, before we get into the year a bit, what was it that you dreamt of becoming as a young lady growing up?
Growing up, I always dreamt being a doctor and a neurosurgeon in particular. It was always my dream. However, things got redirected in between there. But I was serious with taking on my dream because even at A level I did PCB math, but things only got redirected when I was during university. How did they change? Anyway, at Makerere University I was given a physical course because I had PCB math.
Yeah.
So I would either become an engineer or a doctor or even doing any bachelor's in science.
Yeah.
So Makerere was given a physical course, then Chambogo was given Bachelor's of Science in food science and technology, changing my mind, switching it from the medical field to these other courses was so hard for me, to the extent that my family had to first take me for some career guidance to a family doctor, Dr. Waga. He had a clinic in Nakasero. So I'll never forget that they turned my life into something else. Because by the time they took me there, the family was already making preparations for me to go and study in India. So that I pursue my goal, my dream actually. So I was taken to him. We sat down one-on-one. Actually, it's my brother who took me there. He gave us time, me and the doctor, only the two of us.
So that's your elder brother?
Yeah, my elder brother. You know, my family is so much into business. So for him, he's into the business world. So he took me there and we had a one-on-one. The question I'll never forget, the doctor asked me, he was like, besides becoming a doctor, to have that pride of I'm a doctor, what else, and treating people, what else do you admire from doctors? Because if you look at my life, use this himself as an example by that time. The best most of us can own as doctors, we build homes, like you have your personal home, you have a car, and you can take care of your family.
And majorly that's it.
Majorly, that is it. If you work so hard, you also have an additional clinic. But it's very hard to come up on the list of the wealth people if you're a doctor. And I'm here admiring your brother because he has made it. By then, my brother was doing so well. Because at some point, even you had published him in paper as one of the taxpayers who had paid highly at importation then. He had paid a lot of money as an individual. So he was like, the best you can do for us, first do a course that you've been given here.
Before you think of...
After you're done with it, we allow you move to India and you do your medical. I think psychologically he knew. By the time I get done, I would have lost the interest. I didn't know. So I was like, after him guiding me, I told my family members, okay, I don't know about any other course. I only knew medical. So if you want me to study other things,
Give me ideas.
actually apply for me because I don't know.
Okay.
My cousin then applied for me.
What course was that then?
Because all the others had filled the job forms. I'd only put in medical courses only. I was particular. I wanted only medicine. So he filled for me the courses. That's how I ended up getting the physical course in Makerere. And instead I got the Bachelor of Science in Food Science, and it's a chemistry course. So after getting, I was like, which one do you want me to do? Like, go for the Bachelor of Science. Because majorly chemistry. By then, that cousin of mine was also in the same university doing Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. So Like we even at the same faculty, come we study. So I started with that course. 1 month down the road, I was already into the whole thing.
You enjoyed it?
I was enjoying it. I started dreaming of now owning my own factory. Now I'd forgotten about being a doctor. Actually, the more I pursued the course, the more my brains got wider. Because I went, my first industry training, I did it at the government laboratories at Wandegea.
Okay.
It's under police, under the Directorate of Police.
Give your hands on
So when I was there, we did the question document, how you examine documents, to tell the ink, all that. The DNA bit, toxicology. Now the chemistry was in play, ballistic. I forgot about being a doctor. So I was enjoying. Second training, that's in my 3rd year. I trained with Boys. It was just fantastic. By then, Boys was owned by the Submiral Group. Those are the Americans and South Africans. Experience working with American and South Africans different. So I picked a leaf. I enjoyed my training. They liked me there. They even sponsored my 4th year project. Boys. So I did, my project was about the form, the beer form. I'm not an expert, but it was in beer form. After that, they promised to offer me a job. It was a good experience. Then after that, because now I was now into the chemistry. Everything about me was now the chemistry, the labs. And when we finished our exams, that was around 2012. Before graduation, Mukwano group of companies came to the university. They wanted the best performers to be given jobs. I had not yet graduated. So the head of the faculty, I was at home, gave me a call. Christine, I know you're among the best performers, and the Mukwano people are interested in our best performers. They're going around the universities looking out for good science students. So tell your friends. I told those I knew and I could. I told them, like, there's this opportunity. Let's what? Apply. We applied. At that time when you've just done your exams, many are jobless.
Yes.
We had to do an aptitude test.
Okay.
My very first aptitude now. And we're doing it from the university hall.
Okay.
The western end, that's the science side. Oh my goodness. The day we're doing the interview, it was overwhelming. The hall was full. And you know how big the university halls can be? Yeah. The hall was full.
So this was attested by Mukwano?
Yes, Mukwano Group, picking out the best to be offered the jobs. The hall was full. Because none of us had graduated, though we had finished our exams. So, go through the aptitude, good enough, or to wrap it up, to summarize. I was the only girl we're two people picked from that university, and I was the only girl.
Wow.
So I was offered the job because we went for the other stages also. By the end of it all, they recruited from all universities around Uganda, and they recruited about 16. So I was among the 16. So Mukwano, they're manufacturers.
Yeah.
So I get into now my dream is what now?
Okay.
I should own a factory at some point now. No longer a doctor. So I get into now Mukwano Industries. We go through the trainings. How do they manufacture? So I had the chemistry, but now hands-on.
Yeah,
How the manufacture. After the training, I became a quality controller. Mukwano Group. What do they do? Test the quality of what is going out.
It's still 2012 or 2013?
We're still 2013 now.
Okay.
So as I'm enjoying the production there and the chemistry of the quality controller, my friend calls me one evening. That is 2013, around September, if I've not forgotten, around August, September.
Yeah.
Hey, you are here as advertised. Have you applied? Like, no, I even don't know about the adverts. Like, you don't know about the advert? They have 1 week to close. Please apply. I sat down, I was like, now, if I'm to join URA, of what importance am I going to be?
Will I still make my factory?
I'm a chemist. Those guys, as a chemist, as a scientist, of what value am I going to add to Uganda Revenue Authority? Because the advert was having bachelors, as long as it was, I think, a second upper. I was qualifying, but myself, what am I going to do in there? I was like, okay, these industries, these manufacturers pay tax. Are they able to evaluate the input, output, or they only audit from this is what they have produced, how much have they sold? Now, it's only a scientist can tell if you put in, if you're manufacturing soap and I've put in this much fat, this much, so there my drugs, I don't mention those terms. Yeah. How much soap is going to be produced? Does URA have that capacity?
At this point, did you have any knowledge tax, or you just speaking from a scientist's mind?
Scientist mind. Like now, if I got this job, I would be of help doing these audits. Because I knew how, with my exposure, I knew if you put in this much, you produce this much.
Yeah.
So that motivated me to apply, by the way. So, and when I applied, good enough, I joined as a graduate trainee. I passed the interview and came in, but my motivation was one, I'm going to help URA do the end-to-end audits for the manufacturers so that we improve on compliance and accountability. That's all, nothing much.
So at that time, what age are you? Because it was very brilliant. And I'm wondering how old is she? Is she like 20, 20?
I was in my early 20s because by the time I graduated, I did a 4-year course. By the time I graduated, I think it was about 23. So when I joined URA in 2015, because our interviews took almost a full year. By the time we applied in 2013, no, we applied 2013, but the CG then was exiting.
Makes sense, the delay.
Yes, she was exiting. So we applied, did the aptitudes in January of 2014. We're told they'll call us around March. Those who had qualified for the orals were called in August, not March. So after doing the orals we're called in July, did in August, and we're told we'd gotten the jobs in December around Christmas time.
So it was a Christmas gift.
Yeah, it was somehow like a Christmas gift, and our effective date was 2nd of January 2015. So the entire process took a full year plus. Yes. So that's how I ended up in taxation.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you go back and do a course about taxation, or you just dived into the work and hit the ground running?
Beautiful. So when we joined then, right now people are doing it right.
Yes.
When we joined as a graduate trainees, the first thing you would do, we had what we called a total tax person, TTP. I think you've heard of it. So we'd do that course for about 4 months. We're doing it at UMI. So you would do it and then go into mentorship. That took almost also full year because I remember my official deployment was December 2015 after the entire training. So when we got the jobs, we got into the training and then we deployed in 2015. But even after that training, as a person, I like developing myself, personal development. I was intentional. I would get to office so early, but my first 30 minutes, I would be reading the act. But in line with what I was doing, so that I become an expert. I find it so challenging or weird for a taxpayer to challenge me in my area. So when I'm deployed somewhere, I make sure I'm intentional and I'm good at what I'm doing. I always say I have to become a professor in what I'm doing. So if I'm deployed under, right now I'm in real estate, one of the units I'm heading is real estate. So I have to make sure anything surrounding the real estate sector, the rental, I have to be well equipped. The laws, the case law. So I do a lot of reading.
You sound like a very determined, very serious person. What drives you as a person?
Impact. My passion is I'm result oriented. If you put me somewhere and I don't feel I'm of value, I don't feel motivated. So what drives me? What impact can I cause? There is a reason why I'm deployed here. If I can't cause impact, then I'm as good as not working there. My first deployment, I was in Kampala South. By the time I was deployed there, one of their challenges was pay as you earn. They had a target of about 2 billion. They would hardly hit it. But this was a big audit center. It included areas like Entebbe. Okay, anyway, Entebbe has a station, but as an audit center, it was reporting to Kampala South. It was going up to Mpigi. Though, as an audit center, it also had Masaka. So huge. Wakiso, all those areas were under Kampala South, but would hardly hit that target. As a scientist with my good analytical skills, because surprisingly, I thought I was coming to do those audits, but I was not deployed there.
Okay.
I was deployed elsewhere. And I'm one person who embraces change. I easily move on and I know I'm capable. I always have that confidence. I can do it. I can even do much better than what they expect from me. So
You get to compare some.
I analyzed because they had given me that mantle. I first handled a small project, examining why are the salaries claimed so high, yet the pay as you earn is low, performed so well. Then they gave me the entire tax type to monitor pay as you earn, the performance. Here's my analytical skills as a scientist. What is the cause? Cause as that thing of a doctor, when you go to the hospital, before you're given medication, they have to examine. You say all the symptoms. I have headache, I feel weak, fever. They won't rush into giving you the medication. After getting the symptoms, they'll send you to the lab to establish what is the exact cause. And after knowing the cause, that's when the doctor will go to prescribe the medication. So the same method I used, or I always use when I'm working. So I sat down, analyzed. If we are not hitting the target, if we can hardly get this money, what's the problem? So when I analyzed, I realized, one, we have many taxpayers who are not registered for payers and yet they qualified. Two, even those who were registered, some were not filing, some were under declaring. Even those who were declaring, a few were paying on time. Those were the three things. What did I have to do? I had to plan well. Beginning of month, I'll be hunting for those to register. And those who are under declaring. After the 15th, those who have declared have to pay on time. One man is army. At the start, I was one. Yes. Sorry. For the starters, I didn't have a team. I was given something that I was dead. Handle that. My dear, deploying those mechanisms, I'm telling you, within 3 months, I was collecting about 4.5 billion. The team was amazed. By then, our bosses were sitting at Crested Towers, as we're in Old Kampala. They visited. Imagine you're a new staff. You've just started working. 4 months down the road, you've put on the URA Wall of Fame. Because everyone was just imagining the magic. What has she done? How did she do? Actually, now I was given teammates. Imagine a new staff becoming a team leader now. To guys who have been in an organization for some good years. So I became a team lead. After some time, I was given another tax type. That was now okay, leave it. Because by then, we would even get the 5 billion. I was given now income tax. But what drove me to all that? Impact. Am I of value where I'm deployed? If I'm not causing any impact, if there is no change, I don't feel motivated. Because I'm yearning for an impact, I end up being so innovative and then cause the change. That's what drives me.
Okay, speaking about impacts, I like the story of the impacts that you've driven around your A. Now, I would want to know, whereas you're an impact-driven person, have you faced a challenge that you felt like, okay, this is it, I think I want to leave, I want to go, or it's just becoming too much? Is there a challenge you faced in your career?
I'm a very resilient woman, very resilient. Actually, if I was not a resilient person, a person who can get out of my comfort zone to do what I'm meant to do, I think there's a time that we went through and I also felt, yes, I'm a strong woman. Recent, I was heading the ledger reconciliation unit. Now, ledgers have a history in URA, a huge history. Way back, people used not to believe in them. Both staff, clients, even management. Whenever you would speak of ledgers, they would tell you those things are wrong.
It was like a dead horse somewhere.
Those things are wrong. We would not even use them for enforcement, attach them to any URA service, because we all knew the what? They are wrong. Then here comes a time I'm told you're going to head the ledger reconciliation unit. They're pushing you to something that no one wants to associate with. You look at it as something of no value, it's of no help. Everything in there is what? And I'm a person of impact, a person of value. And I'm pushed to.
Then you're wondering, what do I do?
I didn't wonder because I know my body that when I'm deployed, I want to be deployed in areas of challenge. I want to be challenged. You get it? So when I was pushed there, it's like, what is not being done right? Taxpayers are complaining. The thing is so long, complicated. We can't understand it. It's even having wrong figures. Like, okay, one of the things we have to do is to make sure we bring a simplified one. So we have a better one so they can appreciate it.
Friendly.
User friendly. But as we are coming up with the simplified ones, why are they saying the figures are wrong?
So there was a problem with the figures.
Is it the system? Is it an issue of interpretation? What's the problem? Because systems are designed by human beings. What you tell it to do, what it does. Garbage in, garbage out. Is it that we are entering wrong figures? What's the problem? I was forced every night to read and study the ledger in depth. I was almost coming even an IT person beside the coding. Why did they do this? Why is it like this? Because there are questions that you would face, ask even the guys you phoned there and they had no answers. I studied the ledger in, out. At times I would even wake up in the night. You think of something that's not right. I would wake up and read. And then open up the system. Is it the law that is doing this? Was there a court ruling? Because there are things we do because of case law, not because it's in the act. I got to understand it in depth. And it helped me because if you understand something, you can easily get a solution. So I put in my all and we designed the new ledger. That new ledger almost killed me. It almost killed me. Why am I saying that? We have seasons in life. That was a season. It was even hard for me to balance it with work-life balance. It was very hard because around that time, would work 7 days a week, day and night.
So you're usually at the tower all the time?
Yes. There is even a day that we slept at the tower. That's how much we put in. I remember one of the day I was challenged because I was spending most of the time at the tower. It was around the December 2023 Christmas. So my kids were happy, at least this time we have mommy. It's a festive season, eh? On 24th, I worked, went back so late. But I was intentional. On 25th, I even had to make the meals myself. I was in there with my kids, like family time. So we knew I have the 25th, I have the 26th. Now on the 26th,
You disappeared from home.
I didn't disappear. At about, I think it was about 10 a.m., I received a phone call. Now, Christine, you see, the developers have done this, but you're the only person who is available can test for us, and we need to upload it. On the 26th, the kids are happy. At least this time around we have mommy. I was like, yes, sir. Just give me a few minutes. I sort out a few things. I'm going to sit and test the things. So in a few minutes, I went to I have a small office at home to do the work. Lo and behold, my little girl comes in like, Mommy, can you help me with your phone? I was like, for what? No, I need to make a phone call, like phone call too. I need to make a phone call, at least one of your bosses. I was like, Kayla, why? Mommy, you mean they can't even give you the 26th to be with us? Only that's when I felt challenged, by the way. It's like, even my kids can realize this.
They noticed.
Yes, they noticed this. They missed their mom. You get it? But it was a season. You know, if you're committed, not every day will be the same. There is a time when your family needs you. There's a time when the organization needs you.
And you have to be able to recognize that it's a season, it will come to.
So it will come and go. So if you're committed, you work on it, and hard work pays. You get rewarded. I worked so hard and I ripped, by the way. Because one, we pulled it off. That ledger, right now, it may not be the best to some, but at least it's simplified. The taxpayers can interpret it. Someone can sit down and at least say something about it. They can point out what is wrong, which we didn't have before. Everyone, actually, even before I started working on it, for a taxpayer to know their liability, they always had to first walk to URA. Yes. They had to first walk to URA and ask for what is my liability. And whenever they ask for their positions, depending on which staff they have approached, they would manually reconcile it because they didn't believe in the system ledger. They would manually reconcile within an Excel, which could easily even be manipulated. Somebody now to use the template. So if you ask Christine now, they would tell your liability is 20 million. In the next minute, if you asked another one gen, they would tell you your liability is 10. So it would give out different positions around the same time, same tax type. It was so confusing. It was a mess. So, because I'm a woman who wants to cause impact, I made sure all that is done. Yeah, it went. Went through different challenges. I told you because of resilience. But when you're chasing something and you're focused, because you have the mountains and the valleys and everything, but because of what you want to achieve, to keep you going. So what kept me going, no matter the late nights here and the what I wanted to see, the dream I wanted to achieve. I wanted to see the time when we all read off the same tax position. Because right now, as I speak, whether you go to Gulu, Kampala, where you get one tax position. Those manual Excels that we had, no more. No one uses them. At least right now, there's that integrity of I'll get one position. And it was shared with the taxpayers. Taxpayer, they have to move to URA to get a tax position. So as a person in taxation, to me, that's pride. So all the hardship I went through
Yielded something.
yielded something.
True.
So you asked why, what kept me going? Have I ever been challenged to the extent of I want to let go? What keeps me not to let go? Yes, I've been challenged a number of times, but what keeps me going is what I'm chasing.
Yeah, so away from the tax, we've talked so much about tax. I would just want to know, what do you do for fun as Christine? Away
Oh.
from the work, the tax.
My hobbies are funny. My hobbies are really, really funny.
We would like to know.
I'm a person who likes dancing. I'm outgoing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, actually, I like dancing to the extent that when I still had time, even my workouts were for dancing, those dance workouts, I enjoy them so much. Of recent cause of time, I'm having, yeah, but I'll cope up. Yeah.
So how do you balance between work and home life as a mother, as a wife? I know probably there's, I don't know how you manage your schedule, I'd just like to know.
As a matter of fact, I'm challenged in that area. I'm so challenged, but I always find that why I'm so challenged, because I so much focus on my work. On a number of days, I end up leaving the tower late.
Yeah.
That's my biggest weakness. And I'm working on it. You know, when you get to know you have a challenge, it's easy to work on it. So I'm working on it, but as I'm working on it, I'm intentional when it comes now to weekends. Sunday is totally my family day. Wake up, make sure breakfast is ready, get to church. After church, it's me, my children, and my husband. Then on Saturday, as a human being, you have some errands to run. If I don't have serious errands, still I give it to my children. But during the week, I'm normally challenged. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, now that you're at the top of the food chain, almost at the top of the food chain, what has been your highlight in your career? Because I know you've told us the whole journey of how you switched your mind and got into another dream, carried on some challenges and overcame. So what has been the beautiful highlight? It could be one or two.
I think one of my key highlights, one is the digital transformation, those former drives. Because one, as I've talked about the transformation in the ledgers, apparently I got deployed in the ledger in real estate because it is client services. Client services has rental in there. When I got deployed there, as we have what we call the field inspections. There was so manual. Staff would go to the field, fill forms. Once they would get transferred, those inspections would vanish in air. We didn't have a record. The first thing I did when I got there was to make sure we had an inspection database in the URA bridge. It is there.
Okay.
And we are still advancing. We have introduced a GI system that is going to help our field inspectors. So once they get to the field and they enter the fields necessary, take even the picture of the property, we pick up the accurate coordinates of the property. That task goes straight away to office for verification with the recommendation either to add rent as a tax type or to assess the taxpayer. Once it is verified and approved by the supervisor, that goes onto the report directly. So everything is getting digitalized, transformed.
More efficient, yeah?
Exactly, and easy to monitor. You can even easily project. It even, because we also have issues of integrity, it also curbs that challenge.
Even the data is collected faster because you're not
Faster, accountability is very easy. I can even tell if you, for example, inspecting an area like in Tinder or Chanja, with that system I can tell which property has not been inspected just by sitting in office. So to me, that's the key highlight.
so beautiful.
It's beautiful. So the journey of digital transformation didn't only remain in the ledgers. I've taken it to where I'm deployed. Because whenever I'm deployed, I told you, I first look out what's the challenge and how can we improve. And my other key highlight, I think, is mentoring people.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I've mentored a number of people and they've gotten promoted. So when I look back and I see my young friends get promoted, it gives me pride.
To know you had a hand in that.
Exactly. So it's not all about me and my achievements as a person, my growth, but also the people around me, the people I'm working with. How have I been able to develop them? Have I caused some impact? Because if you only look at yourself, you're not being a leader. You have to train people that even when you move from that area, there is business continuity. I don't want to be seen as what is that idol, like she's the only one who can do this. If you move her, that place will collapse. You're not being a leader.
True, true.
A leader should be able to train and allow continuity.
Also empower the rest when they're not around, others can carry on.
Exactly. So with that, I have a number of people who I've mentored. They can carry on. Some of them have gotten promoted. So I'm proud of it. I can say those are my very key highlights.
I really like them. I mean, they're very impactful, like you said before. So I would like to know, sometimes they brand the taxation industry as a man's world. What is it that has enabled you succeed as a woman in a man's world?
As a woman, one, I would say consistency.
Yes.
Most of us get challenged when we try and fail. There are people who are motivated by promotions. So they work so hard, then apply when an advert is out to get promoted. Once they don't get it, they lose the morale. You get it? Or you're chasing something, you fail to hit then
You lose it.
there are people, if they're to talk about, they say, he used to be a very good person. He was a performer. What happened? The what happened then work for me. I'm very consistent. Because my name, once you say Christine, I want that thing, the definition of Christine to be constant. So I never give up. And the other thing is, with the small baby steps compounded, you achieve big. So I take it one step at a time. One step at a time. If I'm here, I concentrate on that to make sure and I'm very resilient. Because taxation is challenging. You're given a target of we need these billions and the money has to come. Those expecting the money, it's like it's in your pocket, you refuse to pull it out. Yet you have to convince people to pay the money. You get it? So if I tell you we need these billions and you're not able to get them, does it mean you're a failure? You're not. Believe in yourself, be consistent, and your integrity is a price that you should never allow to be taken away from you. If you're one person that is not reliable, one person that cannot be trusted, as a person, you always find a challenge in your career. So at any one point, value your integrity. Make sure you make professional decisions, be consistent, believe in yourself even when no one believes in you. I keep on referring to the ledger because it was the biggest challenge, one of the biggest challenges for the organization. Even when I was put there, many negative sentiments were coming through. People have been there, they have tried, what have they done? You think you will make it? You think you have those many qualifications? By the way, paper-wise, I don't have very